Yo, what's up, guys? I'm going to wait a second here to get specific and talk about what happened. I want to make sure this stream populates. So, those of you who are watching on the replay, do not worry. Let's give it 20, 30 seconds or so. But man, oh man, do we have a story to talk about with you? What the flip? Can you guys hear me right now? I want to make sure these mics are hot. I don't want to be spitting fire without you guys listening. So in the comment section, just let me know what's up and we'll get down to the nitty gritty. All right. Let me grab a sip of my tea. Yum, yum, yum. All right, comment section. Where we at? Ephedrine says Lockhart not getting his people to make weight, and that is George Lockhart. George Lockhart is actually the nutritionist, the self-claimed nutritionist behind Max Holloway, the man responsible for this weight loss debacle. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Now, George and I have had a checkered past. George Lockhart in 2013 contacted me and asked me to join his business. That was failing at the time, I do believe. And he wanted to join forces and get the notoriety that I had and help him grow his business. Respectfully, I declined. What he does is completely different than ours. We use an evidence-based approach. We have registered dietitians on staff. We just have a higher level of operation than George had at that time. I knew athletes that worked with George. I won't name them here, but they were very specific about their own dissatisfaction of what George was doing with them. And to each his own. That's what he was doing. It was different from what we were doing. I was very respectful in that it just wasn't the right time. I was also hired by Zuffa to head the UFC Fit program, the only diet and exercise program ever endorsed by the UFC. At that time, they contacted me. My plate was too full. So we move forward, and unfortunately, Mr. Lockhart goes out there and starts spreading all sorts of nasty rumors about me, like a high school kid. Nasty rumors start popping up from Mr. Lockhart about me, the guy he was begging to join forces with. All of a sudden, he's talking about how I don't know what I'm doing. He has no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. This is what he was saying, unfortunately, which really that exposed the lack of integrity. Zero integrity George is what I call him. The man, unfortunately, would prove to have zero integrity. But anyway, he's out there. He's running his little business, trying to get his side hustle going, doing his thing. Now we move forward. The years go by. The DOLCE diet becomes the most successful, the most affluent, the most reputable weight management program in all of professional sports. You guys know that. Everybody knows that. We are the Q-tip in this industry. Our company is so big now, Uncle Mike doesn't even have to work. I'm retired. You guys know that. I'm retired, semi-retired, we call it. Now I do what I want, where I want, when I want, with who I want. No longer am I running around hotels in Fortaleza, Brazil, chasing athletes down, trying to get them to sweat 3 drops more. I'm raising my babies, right? I'm raising my 2 little girls, and that's the goal. 3 years ago, my wife and I worked our ass off, saved every penny so we could start a family, and daddy could be home to raise his daughters. I grew up in a home without a father. My daughters were not going to do that. So this was a business decision. And now you can see with the online platform that we have at the DOLCE Diet with our 4 international best-selling books, Uncle Mike doesn't need to be running around hotel bathrooms anymore like Mr. Lockhart does. And that's where he prides himself. And this is very important that I'm getting to this. I'm building context. So then George makes this story about Max Holloway, about him. That Max Holloway is cutting more weight than any athlete, that he's tied for the second biggest weight cut of his career. Okay, buddy, you want to make the statement. Now you're on the hook, and this is where we're actually talking about it. I've kept my mouth shut many times with George's massive fuck-ups. Athletes getting pulled from cards and sent to the hospital. Remember, George Lockhart was responsible for the last time Khabib was supposed to fight Tony Ferguson, and Khabib was pulled from the card, clear or deemed medically unfit. It's odd how that keeps coming up with Lockhart athletes. Medically unfit and sent to the hospital. Khabib came out with an article and said the doctor told him he almost died during the weight cut. All right, this is George and George's team that were actually conducting that. So I'm very, very curious as to what's going on here. Pretty scary stuff. Now we move forward. George says, hey, Max Holloway, it's the biggest weight cut of Max's career, the second biggest in George's career, but he's confident it's going to happen. And what does George say? George says, well, listen, we only have 6 days, so we're going to go keto. We're going to deprive Max of carbohydrates completely except for spinach. And I'm paraphrasing an ESPN article, which is linked down below. So everything I'm saying, guys, research it. Research it. Everything I say, research here. That's very important because George might be a dickhead in my opinion, but I'm not going to throw shade at him for nothing that he hasn't said or hasn't done. We're going to be factual here. I want you guys to know so you can understand and you can actually make the proper decisions for yourself, but for your health. Because we look up to these athletes. We look up to the Max Holloways, the Khabib Nurmagomedovs, the Kelvin Gastelums of the world, the Chris Cyborgs of the world. We look up to these athletes and we see the way that they suffered, and we want to make sure you don't suffer like that anymore. So George does this article with Brett Okamoto from ESPN, and he says that he's going to force Khabib into ketosis in under 6 days. Well, you guys know that that's damn near impossible for all but the most like extreme outlier. I've never come across anybody who can get into ketosis in 6 days unless they go completely zero food, 0 calorie, full fast for 48 plus hours. Not what you want to do to a Max Holloway. You're going to kill the fucking dude. And I don't know, maybe part of that is what happened, why Max was deemed medically unfit to compete. And now this is the scary thing. The New York State Athletic Commission wouldn't even allow Max to continue cutting weight because of medical concerns. He was so medically ill-prepared, and I don't know what the exact cause was. I don't have the doctor's report. I haven't read the commission's finding. That's not released yet. I just read the statement. So this is the statement coming from the UFC and the Nevada State Athletic, or the New York State Athletic Commission. Max was deemed medically unfit and not even allowed to attempt weighing in. That's scary stuff. That is scary stuff. So George said he's going to put his athlete into ketosis, feed him absolutely 0 carbohydrates, and then he's going to put a tremendous amount of work volume onto him, basically forcing him to run the weight off. Now, another scary thing George had said was he had mentioned putting him in a bathtub at 108 degrees. Are you freaking insane? Are you insane? You're going to be starving an athlete, depriving an athlete, likely dehydrating an athlete, and then literally cooking them in a tub of water, salt water, at 108 degrees Fahrenheit. I ask every one of you, have you ever put your hand into a pool of water that's 108 degrees? Do you know how fucking hot that is? Do you know how painful that is? Do you know the torture that is to immerse an entire human body in a 108 degree body of water? Water is torture. Torture. That was the plan. That was the plan that he actually talked about with ESPN, which blows my mind. There's so many extreme flaws here. There's so many flaws here. I'm not surprised, unfortunately, that Max Holloway was pulled from the card. And I love Max Holloway. Max Holloway is a gangster. Max Holloway is a beast. Max Holloway is one of my most favorite fighters to watch as a fan. Max Holloway has honor. He has integrity. He is a warrior. He's surrounded by an amazing team, a great management system. Unfortunately, he's got George Lockhart and his team, whoever's on his team. He claims to have a team of 10 people running around the hotels. Well, shit, that sounds like it's a lie, unfortunately. 10 people? What are 10 people doing? 10 people? What kind of salaries are you paying, or are you still working for tweets? That's another part of the issue. But Pettis is out. Now they're not paying, but I don't know about that stuff. So I'll answer your questions here at the end. I just wanted to put the facts out there for you guys. And this is scary stuff. So once again, what do we know? We know Max Holloway was pulled from this card due to medical concerns by the New York State Athletic Commission. We know George Lockhart was bragging about what a large weight cut it was going to be and how confident he was that Max would make the weight. Now, let's rewind a few years when George Lockhart was working with Chris Cyborg before she fired him. George Lockhart was working with Chris Cyborg, and George Lockhart said it would be easy to get Chris Cyborg to make 135 pounds. He had said that multiple times on Ariel Helwani's very prestigious at the MMA Hour radio show and on MMA Fighting. And I'm paraphrasing basically what George has said, but I know for a fact he said that he could get her to 135 because I was working with Ronda Rousey at the time and we were begging for that fight to happen, waiting for the fight to happen. It never happened. Chris Cyborg put her faith, put her trust in George Lockhart, and he blew it with her. Chris Cyborg also accused George Lockhart of nearly killing her. And she fired him afterwards. And also there was a suspicious incident with some sort of prescription drug that was forced upon Chris. And this is in her words. Remember, check the sources down below. Do your own research. Google this stuff. It's all true. It's all accurate. I'm just reporting back on facts here. I would love to give some behind the scenes dirt, but I won't do that. I'm not that guy because I know some fucking real dirty, shady shit too. I won't talk about that. I'll just talk about what's been reported actually and factually in the media. So Chris goes out there. Chris barely makes weight for that fight, crying, screaming, fighting with George. It's on video. She fires him immediately afterwards. And then she's placed under a doctor's care, serious care, to mitigate the damages of that horrific weight cut. It took her months to normalize her body after that. Scary stuff once again. So what's the point of all this? The point of this is athletes are working. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. So athletes are working with individuals that are not credentialed and not licensed to do what they do. Now, I'm not saying come and work with us because likely you can't afford to work with us. Likely we're too busy and likely we're not available. We don't, no offense, MMA world, we don't want to work with MMA athletes anymore. We did it, been there, done that. We're the best in the industry for over 20 years. We have a 100% success ratio. No other team on the planet can claim that. But it's too much bullshit, too much hard work. I should come out with a book of every athlete that still owes me money and every dirtbag manager that screwed me over. It's not worth it. Even the best of athletes can't afford to pay what it's worth because we actually have a team, a true team of registered dietitians here that make high salaries. We have a team of certified trainers here that are very well compensated for their professional services. Now, in order to work with a team like ours, well, you got to be a professional. We only work with professionals. That's why we really work with our mass consumer model and the general population with our online nutrition and exercise program. That's why we have 4 #1 best-selling books. And that's why we work with a very selective group of individuals on the one-on-one service. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's why we are so busy and so in demand. And that's what allows me to sit back and relax and have fun. I can actually have fun, and unfortunately, the debacle that I see in the MMA world, and I'm not tied to it, and that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. So I can sit here, I can say what I want, I can do what I want. I do what I want. I live my life the way I want to, which is a nice thing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what I want is if you are working with a contractor who's going to build a deck on the back of your house, they're going to come in and fix your toilet because it's making a weird noise. You're going to damn well make sure that professional's certified and licensed, correct? This is the point of this. If you're going to work with a professional, you're going to make damn well sure they have the proper licenses to work with you, to show competency. That's all I'm saying. And when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to weight cutting for combat sports, are you kidding me? Are you cutting corners on the most important aspect of your career, of your performance, which is your health? Do not risk your health by working with uneducated, unlicensed, uncredentialed individuals. And that's not just George. There's a ton of other people out there. And I don't want him to get all the hate on it because there's a ton of idiots running around there. There's very few qualified professionals in the industry. And mostly it's because this industry doesn't bring them in because the money's not worth it. No matter what people think, no matter what people say, working for a couple $100 a day when you're working 24 hours a day is not worth it. Working for a couple $1,000s per week when you have a team of professionals working with you and all the expenses of being away from home, it's not worth it. It's not bringing in high quality professionals unless these athletes and management systems are willing to pay their true worth. So unfortunately, these athletes are getting stuck. They're getting stuck with these wannabes, these hacks, unfortunately, that don't have the credibility. And this is what happened, unfortunately, with Max Holloway, in my opinion. Max Holloway was pulled from the biggest fight in his career. It was a title unification fight. He was moving up a weight class for history. It would have been his legacy had he simply gotten past the scale, had his team simply gotten him past the scale, had the coach, the professional that he paid, simply performed their duty and got him to the scale healthy. Max Holloway would have made history. That was a fight Max Holloway could very well have won. Tough fight for sure. Khabib is a beast. Max Holloway's a fucking beast too. Max Holloway is a no-quit monster of a fighter. Sucks. It makes me so mad as a fan, like you guys. It makes me so mad to see these fights fall apart because these unprofessional, uncredentialed hacks running around hotel lobbies with their freaking hot plates, pretending to be somebody special, standing in Instagram feeds and trying to get their face up on the fucking embedded show. They're more focused on their personal branding than they are by having the skills necessary to assist their athletes. So let's answer some quick questions. Ephedrine says Lockhart is not getting his people to make weight again. Frank DeVal, what the fuck, Conor? Who do you think steps in? Anyone? I hope Pettis steps in, Paul Felder, maybe Ali Quinta. It was a pipe dream to begin with. Mika, I think he could have made it. Alf Graham. Yo, Alf, what's up? Got too many clients. Yep, Ephedrine says, I think he got too many clients, and that's another part of it. So Lockhart's trying to run around the hotel. He's trying to work with every athlete on the card. Guess what? If you're working with two athletes, you're divided. That means athlete A is only getting 50% of your attention. That's the way it works. When we work with an athlete, we work with one athlete per card, period, the end. One athlete gets the entire focus of my team. That's why my team is the best in the industry. That's why my team has a 100% success ratio over a 20-year period in working with the world's greatest athletes. No other team can claim that. No other team can claim that. Boom, boom. That is the bicep of truth right there, ladies and gentlemen. Mix your podcast. Omar, don't worry, brother. Podcasts are coming back soon. 223 is a mess. I bet they called Khabib Brad. That's right. Who's that guy exactly? But Brad, but the real question, will they just give him the belt? Who knows? Probably not. Georgia, hey, possible. 20 pounds in 6 days, 30 pounds in 6 days. We successfully worked with Dwayne Ludwig, who lost 40 pounds in 13 days to take a short notice fight to get back into the UFC. We've done it. I've done shit. I could do 30 pounds right now. I could do 30 pounds right now. I guarantee you, I could do 30 pounds right now and weigh in tomorrow. You want to put up enough money, I'll fucking do it. I should start a GoFundMe or a PayPal. I'll cut 30 pounds in fucking 24 hours. No problem, and show you guys how it's done. But I need 6 figures to do it. International, thank you for getting on live. I love live. Live is so cool because I can just talk to you guys real time. Ask your questions right here. I'm going to answer everything before I go. Pettis is out. I don't know if Pettis could make weight, actually, unfortunately. That's what I saw. Pettis actually was over, 0.2 over. Yeah, Anthony Rodriguez, what kind of magic are they doing to force ketosis? And this just shows the negligence or the ignorance that Lockhart had made the claim to ESPN that he was going to force Max into ketosis in 6 days to burn fat. How much fat are you burning in 6 days? A pound if you're lucky, 2 pounds if you're an outlier, 3 pounds if you're genetically gifted with some sort of enhancement on the side. What are you talking about, man? It just shows what a fucking stupid bro comment that is. And unfortunately, Max Holloway put his career in the hands of this uneducated, unqualified fucking bro. That's the scary thing. That's the scary thing. If Dana had any hair left, he'd be pulling it out, I'm sure. Dude, just give Khabib the belt. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Pettis wanted more than Dana would give. Maybe, could be. Tony Ferguson. Oh, because Malky Cow was the manager. That's right. So Malky's pushing for big money. Tony keeps his belt. Isn't that crazy that Tony will actually keep his belt in all this if this goes down? Khabib is going to fight Max Nutritionist. That would be awesome. Pettis is out. I hope not. So Pettis should demand more money. Khabib has no challengers because there are 2.2 over and can't weigh in again. Crazy. Nobody's getting paid. That's probably true. Is Pettis out? I don't know if Pettis is out for sure. I've been here talking to you guys for the last 19 minutes. So it might be. Pettis might be out now. Crazy. So here's what happens. If Khabib doesn't fight for the belt actually reverts back to Tony Ferguson, who keeps his belt. Tony is set to fucking be the biggest winner of all this chaos. Tony is set to be the biggest winner here because if Pettis can't step up and take the fight, if Khabib doesn't fight, the belt automatically reverts back and goes back to Tony Ferguson's waist. And Conor most likely keeps his belt once he's out of jail. If you guys haven't listened to my report on Conor McGregor yesterday, go back after this video, watch my most recent video on the real details behind what happened with Conor McGregor. It's insane. Just get Khabib and make the walk to the cage, right? It was Felder, but because of the rankings, the system, that New York Commission is idiots. They're idiots. I don't know why the UFC keeps going there. SoCal Seth, I think, can hear Dana cursing up a storm. That's true. International Alpha Kushstrom agrees. Was it possible for Holloway to make weight on such short notice? Fuck yeah, it is. You take the fight, man. You make a weight. You take the fight, you make the weight. We've worked with so many athletes over the years, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, no fucking problem. Remember, I worked with Johnny Hendricks 7 times, and Johnny Hendricks made weight 7 times with me. I worked with Thiago Alves. Thiago Alves made weight every time with me. Thiago Alves missed weight the time before we started working with him. He missed weight the time immediately after we stopped working with him. Right? Every athlete makes weight with us, no matter what the circumstances, because we are the best in the industry. I know it. You know it. The whole fucking world knows it. It's what it is. The Dolce Diet is the most successful weight management team in all of professional sports. And every coach you know out there will say it's fucking true. Once our team gets hired, once our team walked in, every coach goes, good. We don't even have to worry about that because it's guaranteed. Our motto is we add zeros to the back of athletes' paychecks because our athletes not only make weight and get paid, they fucking win with high percentages. They are healthy. They feel great. They look great. That's the way it is. And if you guys are interested, go to thedolcediet.com right now. Thedolcediet.com right now. You can join our 4-week or 12-week online membership program. Every meal, every ingredient is prescribed for you. Every workout, every set, every rep is prescribed for you. You can go there right now. And you know what? Use my promo code right now for the next hour. My promo code NEWME, NEWME. You will save 20% right now. Right now. If you're serious, if you want to get in the best fucking shape of your life, boom, the bicep of truth right there. You want to get in the best shape of your life, go to thedolcediet.com right now, promo code NEWME. Pick the 4 or 12-week program. It is the most sophisticated, the most successful program in the world. I say it because it's true. I've spent hundreds of thousands of my own dollars building it. You will be blown away once you get inside the membership wall and you see it. We have a 100% money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, just let us know. We give you your money back because we're fucking cool as shit like that. And if you want to get in the best shape of your life, now is the time. This is based upon the same exact science we use to get our athletes in shape. World-class athletes rely on us to get them in shape. TheDolceDiet.com has that for you guys. Promo code NEWME, NEWME. For 1 hour, I'm going to shut that code down. 20% off right now, NEWME, TheDolceDiet.com. Let me finish this. I'm kind of glad Max didn't get the beating off Khabib. Max is a good dude. Pettis in or out? We don't know. Out. Everyone's saying Pettis is out. Man, I hope not. Glad I don't have to cut weight at all. SoCal, you got it, brother. Haha. Rose, Joanna's the main event. Crazy. Gabrielle, no idea to involve Khabib at all. No Dolce fighters missed weight. Never. We've never, ever had an athlete miss weight ever, from the amateur level all the way to the world-class level, even our Olympians. Never once, ever. Alex says, hey, Mike, will Khabib fight against Pettis? And Kustrom says, so it's not likely that Khabib will fight at all. It doesn't look likely right now. Grona says, all injuries getting more and more common close to the fight. I've seen every UFC card and can't remember that fights were canceled or changed that often. It's getting crazy. Unfortunately, and here's what's going on. Let's bring it in for a second. Everybody, let's huddle up here. What's going on? These athletes are working with uncertified, unlicensed, uncredentialed hacks. That's what they're doing. These athletes are working with individuals who don't know how to properly train them, properly feed them, properly periodize their training systems. They don't get it. They read a few articles on Google or bodybuilding.com and they claim themselves to be a professional. They claim to be a nutritionist when they're not. They're just some hack running around a fucking hotel with a hot plate. That's why these athletes, in my opinion, are getting hurt at such high rates. Why they're missing weight at such high rates. I've never seen so many athletes get hospitalized as I have seen lately during the weight cut. Isn't that absolutely insane? The weight cut is supposed to make the athlete healthy. Look at our athletes. Our athletes are healthy going to the weight cut. Look at Mirsad Bektik. Mirsad Bektik just had the easiest weight cut of his career in his performance of the night knockout victory in the most recent UFC, his most recent UFC outing. That's what we do. Mirsad was on weight the night before, ate dinner the night before. We started to pre-hydrate him the night before. He walked downstairs and did his medicals. He had a resting heart rate of 68 beats per minute. Every other athlete is shot into the hundreds plus. The doctors were shocked at his blood pressure, how good it was. I tweeted it out. I was so proud of it. That's what our athletes do. That's what we do. That's what happens when you work with the best. That's what happens when you work with a team of registered dietitians and certified trainers who are licensed and credentials to perform the services that they promote. That's not what happened with all these other athletes, and unfortunately, it didn't happen with Max. Brandon Howe, why brag about your team? We want to hear about the fights because my team's the best in the world and the fights haven't happened yet. How can I talk about the fights if the fights haven't happened yet? We're talking about why the fights are falling apart, why the card is falling apart, and trying to help protect you guys and protect everybody listening to avoid this type of pitfall. 52 Block South says, how can I get like you? Hard fucking work, my man. Hard work. Some of you may or may not know I grew up poor. I grew up so fucking poor. There was no heat in my house. There was no running water in my house. There was no electricity in my house. There was nothing in my house. My house barely had a roof. We had broken out windows. It's the fucking truth. And it's a sad story, but it's not my sob story. It's my greatest victory. I was able to overcome abject poverty to be what I believe is one of the most respected, most successful fitness professionals on the planet. I worked my fucking ass off every day and I got a chip on my shoulder. That's not a fucking trap. That's a chip on my shoulder because every day I wake up to work hard and every day I have the feeling my lights are just about to get shut off. So if you want to be like me, just outwork me, man. Outwork me or work as hard as I do. That's it. Just fucking work. Find your passion. Pursue your passion every day. Have integrity. Have honor. Be forthright with your dealings with other people. Do your best every day. Be humble, be open-minded, and write everything down. I'm a data fiend. Alex, Pettis will fight in this main card. We don't know. Happy voice, McGregor and Holloway. McGregor and Holloway pulled out. McGregor wasn't on the card. The mob, or they said it would be simple weight cut because he wasn't having to cut down to 145. It wasn't 155. Exactly. It's such bullshit. That's what pisses me off about these fucking frauds. All they were doing early on, they were headline hunting. They were headline hunting at the expense of their athlete. But when it came time for them to perform their duties, they failed miserably because they cannot perform their duties. They are ill-equipped to perform their duties. They talk themselves into a position that they're not qualified to be in. And that's what happens. And who suffered? Max Holloway suffered. The whole sport suffered. The UFC suffered. We all suffered because of those fucking lying scumbags. I said it. Why was Holloway not cleared medically? Because he had such extreme medical circumstances, the commission could not allow him to compete. I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to opine on what had happened, but I've actually heard my phone has been blowing up. My phone has been blowing up from people behind the scenes that are just in shock of what a clusterfuck it was. What a clusterfuck it's been. This whole weight cut has been such a fucking clusterfuck. And I got people, real people, behind the scenes people, your people, if you're listening right now, yeah, your people are fucking telling me, watch out. Who you think is your friend, because they're not. This week has been a disaster. Exactly. Brian, what? Lots and lots and lots of more. God, there's so T-City was ready. That's right. Brian Ortega should have stepped in. That would have been awesome. All right, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and try and answer some of these. This seems really personal. You know, it is personal to a degree, and this is the whole Lockhart thing. It's personal because if you go back and listen to the beginning, I talk about it. George Lockhart reached out to me in 2013. He wanted to join our businesses together because his was failing and mine was succeeding. He wanted to join forces because he felt that together we could run the gauntlet in MMA and take over. I had already taken over. We were already the most successful weight management team in MMA, and I respectfully declined. And he was kissing my ass, telling me how great I was the whole time. So a few months later, he comes out and starts bagging on me, telling everybody in every headline he could get how I don't know what I'm talking about. He's never seen a stitch of science from me. Well, dude, if that's the fucking truth, why were you begging me to save your business just a few months prior? And all this is documented through text messages and emails. It's the fucking truth. Begging me to be a part of his business, to give me literally give me half of his business so I could save his business because we have credibility in the industry. I respectfully declined, continued on to be the Dolce diet and do the thing and build our business to the levels that it is now. And the fucker starts talking shit about me, which is really how he became popular, by talking shit about me. That got him headlines. And there was one specific douchebag out there that would actually take his stories and report them as true without ever speaking to me. I mean, committing acts of slander and libel for sure, but that's a whole nother conversation. So it's personal to the degree that I call him Zero Integrity George. Zero Integrity George is the fucking guy. Zero Integrity George is the guy. He's got zero integrity. And look what happened with Khabib versus Max. He was already working with Khabib. He was working with Khabib for this card. Max Holloway gets pulled in. He works with Max behind Khabib's back. Tells Khabib that he's not going to work with Max. And I got the fucking text messages from members of Khabib's team telling me exactly what went down. Tells Khabib he's not going to work with Max, and behind the scenes, he's sending his fucking flunkies to go and work with Max, which is why Khabib fired him on 3 days' notice. Zero integrity, George. So it's personal to that degree. This is a dude who's shown to have zero integrity. Instead of having high integrity and doing a good job and working with athletes, he's chosen to have zero integrity and chase these small, tiny little paychecks. He's trying to grab these tiny little paychecks from multiple athletes on the card instead of just being earnest and forthright. That's why I have a problem. Yep. A lot of Lockhart hate on this thread right now, which is awesome. I agree, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'm not going to reread it. I'll just kind of talk because I won't say anything. And no matter what, I won't say anything that's not true. I'm only going to say things that are factual and that have been reported, right? So I'm not going to, there's other things behind the scenes that people have told me not to say. I won't say that. There's things that I know for fucking sure. I won't say those because they haven't been publicly put out there. So what else do we got here? Exposed. Wilson Ramos, that's not true. Wilson, how can that be true? How can that be true if another one of his athletes, right? Well, let's just go over this right now. George Lockhart worked with Khabib Nurmagomedov approximately this time last year. Khabib was pulled off the card and sent to the hospital due to weight cutting complications. He was working with George, right? Chris Cyborg came out and said that she almost died following George Lockhart's protocol, and she fired him thereafter. Kelvin Gastelum, when he was supposed to fight Cowboy Cerrone in New York, was pulled from the card, unable to weigh in, and hospitalized due to weight cut complications. There's a whole slew. Now Max Holloway pulled from the card, right? Due to medical complications, can't fight. Is there a trend here? You do the research. Don't take my word on it. Don't take my word on it. You do the research. You tell me. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. What a fucking mess. Richard Reese, we actually worked with Mirsad Bektik. You know Mirsad Bektik. He was the performance of the night bonus, knockout bonus. He will be UFC featherweight champion. But what you don't understand, we don't work with MMA athletes anymore on purpose. Our business is too big. We did that. We are the best. That's like saying, Dolce, why don't you go back to sixth grade and try and win the sixth grade spelling bee contest? Our company has grown so far past that. We work with millions of people around the world. That's what you guys don't get. That's what, a lot of these wannabes, these Dolce wannabes, they're chasing the ghost of Mike Dolce in 2005. They're trying to be the guy I was 10 years ago. They don't even understand how large our business is right now. We have 4 international best-selling books. We have an online membership platform that is the largest and the most successful ever developed right now with the DolceDiet.com. What would be the point of me running around some fucking janky ass hotel room with a hot plate chasing a fighter around, begging them to get back in the bathtub? I did that, homie. I did that. You don't even understand. I did that. Been there, done that, better than everybody else. There is no desire for me to do that again. I will lose money by doing that. By far. Dude, you could like WWE and UFC at the same time. I agree. We get it, dude. You're the best. Well, Tom, thank you. I appreciate that. All these, I love these. All these great questions. Thank you. So let's recap right now. Max Holloway was pulled from UFC 223 to weight cutting medical condition. Whatever that is, I don't know. His weight cut was stopped due to a medical concern. The New York State Athletic Commission stopped his weight cut, will not allow him to even weigh in due to medical concerns. Scary stuff. Scary, scary, scary stuff, ladies and gentlemen. What happened behind the scenes? I want to know. Excuse me. I don't know what happened. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm telling you what has been reported. Max Holloway pulled from the card due to medical conditions, which popped up during his weight cut. He was ineligible to even step on the scale. This is number one bullshit. Scary stuff. Anthony Pettis was supposed to have stepped in to take the fight. Anthony Pettis was 0.2 pounds over. So that fight might not even happen now. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. It's scary, man. I don't know what's going on. Keto Life. What's up, Keto Life? That's right. I am talking shit because I don't give a fuck. I will talk. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. If nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you my opinion. I'm going to be straightforward. I have no master. I don't bow down to anybody. I will tell you guys 100% the fucking truth. The good, the bad, the ugly. That's what you come to this channel for. That's what you come here for. I will tell you the fucking truth every single time. That's what this is about. If someone's a scumbag, I'll call him a fucking scumbag. If someone's awesome, I'll call them awesome. Now, people think like, oh, Dolce, you're just hating on George Lockhart. Oh, well, no, look at what he did. Look at what he did to his athletes because he's competition. Dr. Andy Galpin. Dr. Andy Galpin is competition also. Dr. Andy Galpin works with UFC athletes cutting weight. Dr. Andy Galpin's fucking awesome. Go and work with Dr. If you're going to work with anybody, go hire Dr. Andy Galpin. Dr. Andy Galpin's a fucking man. Go hire him, and he's my competition, if you want to call it that. No, I don't give a fuck. There's 500 plus athletes on the UFC roster. We choose to only work with 2. And those are only athletes that are our best friends, that have the keys to our house, that watch our kids, like Mirsad Bektik. That's it. So I don't care. Trust me, there's no money to be made in MMA, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me on it. There's no money to be made running around fucking hotel rooms with hot plates for 6 days in a row. Let me fucking tell you. I'll tell you the fucking truth. That's the goddamn truth. Sir Browntown, do you honestly think there is a healthy way to cut weight that could be followed worldwide? 100%. It's the Dolce Diet 3 weeks to shredded system. It is the most successful system in all of weight loss. Go to thedolcediet.com right now to sign up. Thedolcediet.com right now to check it out. Use my promo code NEWME if you want to be a new me, new you, new me to save 20% off right now at thedolcediet.com and join our 3 weeks to shredded program. Test it out for yourself. We have a 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you get your money back. There's nothing to lose. It's designed to lose 21 pounds in 21 days. The same exact science we use for our athletes, the world's greatest athletes, with a 100% success ratio. Now, anybody who ever tries to hate on us, just remember, we're the only team on the planet with a 100% success ratio for over 20 years working with the world's most elite athletes. Right? We are the only team ever with a 100% success ratio of working with the world's greatest weight class oriented athletes. Why is that? That's because our science is so fucking valid. Because our research, our experience is so fucking strong. That's why. That's why. We're the best. We're the best and fucking arrogant as fuck about it because we are the best. I know the people on my team. I know the amount of discipline that they have. I know their credentials. I mean, I hire the only registered dietitians we hire here are those who have master's degrees. Those who are highly experienced. That's it. That's it. And I pay their salaries. Me, this dude. I pay their fucking salaries. I hire the best. That's why we're the best. Pettis just reweighed in. Does that mean he made weight? Did Brian Cameron really pass? Is that true? Rogen says DOLCE is better than Lockhart. Well, thank you, Joe Rogan. I appreciate that. Joe knows what's up. Joe's the fucking realest of the real. Joe knows. Joe knows the fucking truth because he's behind the scenes. He knows. He knows who the fucking hacks are and he knows who the real fucking the team is. All right, dude, that's not funny, the whole Brian Callen thing, guys. Why is everybody saying that? What's the joke here? It's not a joke. It's not funny to mess around with that. Oh, Teslas, huh? Okay. Mike saying Callen died is a popular airman. I mean, all right. See, it just shows you. I'm never fucking on the internet, man, because I'm working. I'm in the lab. Did Khabib fire Lockhart? Khabib did fire Lockhart 3 days before weigh-ins. Doesn't that tell you something about zero integrity, George? Right? Zero integrity, George. His athlete fired him 3 days before weigh-ins. Doesn't that fucking tell you something for all you Lockhart nut huggers? His athlete fired him 3 days before fucking weigh-ins. Why do you think that is? I know why that is. Because one of Khabib's fucking teammates texted me and told me the whole fucking dirty story. And if the story ever comes out, you will be fucking blown away. Zero integrity is what it's about. Would I help a bear cut weight to wrestle Khabib? Ooh, depends on who hired me first. I'd rather work with Khabib. I would bet on Khabib first. Well, it depends on how old the bear was, though. You follow UK and Russia. Absolutely, Bars. Big fan. We got lots of friends over in Russia and the UK. What would you have done to help Max 7 days out? We wouldn't have cut his fucking carbohydrates. I'll tell you that much. We would have dropped his protein. Shows you how fucking stupid what they did to Max was. It's fucking ridiculous. They increased his protein and dropped his fucking carbs. Anybody who knows anything about biochemistry knows that's the fucking stupidest, worst thing to do, while forcing him into a rigorous training program at high stress, high anxiety, high output. They shut his fucking body down like that. I agree. Awesome. Stupid George. Zero integrity, George. Exactly. Paleo hacks. Can you cut 30 pounds in 6 days? Fuck yeah, we've done it all. Why talk shit on Lockhart? He tried the impossible. That's not fucking impossible. You crazy? I've had athletes cut more than that. You fucking crazy? That's no fucking 30 pounds in 6 days. You know how easy that is if you know what the fuck you're doing? That's so easy. But this is what I said in the beginning of the stream. George turned it into a fucking story because he was fishing for headlines, which is the only reason I did this video. George turned this into a fucking story because he wanted the fucking headlines. And I'm linking down below. Once I upload this video, I'll link to the ESPN article that he did with Brett Okamoto. Read the fucking article. George turned this into a fucking story, talking about how this was a big, horrific fucking weight cut. He was trying to sensationalize this to get fucking hits, to build his brand. That's the way he fucking works. That's my opinion. He, in my opinion, was sensationalizing this to get fucking media hits, which worked. And now he's got to suffer the fucking consequences. He failed. And I would love for him to come out right now and apologize for what he did to Max and write a check back to Max and fucking pay Max for the amount of money Max paid him. Because Max paid him to do a service, right? It's like if I go to the fucking supermarket to buy a gallon of milk and I walk out without the gallon of milk, I better make sure I get my motherfucking money back. Or the gallon of milk is fucking bad and moldy. I better get my fucking money back. Is Max going to get his money back? Right? Because he brought George in to do a service. The service fucking failed. Now what? That's the truth of it. Like, what would you do in that situation? You hired somebody to get you on weight. That somebody said, yes, they can get you on weight. And then they didn't get you on weight and you were medically pulled from the fucking card. What would you do? Max lost what? 7 figures? Max easily lost $1 million for not fighting here. Easily $1 million. That's a big fucking payday, man. Big payday. What else? More. Don't forget the milk. When will you do Rogan's podcast again? Hopefully soon. I know Joe is busy, but hopefully soon. It wasn't George's fault. The commission decided it was too much loss of weight too soon. Bullshit. The commission stopped it today. He still had a massive amount of weight to cut, I'm assuming. They stopped it today. If the commission thought it was too much to lose, they would have stopped it Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, but they didn't. They stopped it due to medical concerns. It means the weight cut was shit. The weight cut was going terribly. That's what that means. The commission's not going to come in and stop it like, oh, fuck, you're a pound over. You look good. Oh, yeah, we're going to stop this. That's not the way it works. Like, I've fucking been there. I've been there thousands of times. I know these commissioners by fucking first name. I know their spouse's name. I know their kids' names. I fucking know the way this shit works. The commissioners want the fights to happen. It's very, very, very hard. You got to be fucked up for a commission to stop a fight. Wife says, George is a narcissistic clout chaser. Boom. Amen. I agree. Why didn't Max Holloway hire you? Because we don't work with MMA athletes anymore. We don't work with it. There's no fucking money in it. That's like asking me to go back to 6th fucking grade and enter the 6th grade spelling bee. For what? No disrespect to Max. He's awesome. They're awesome. The MMA guys, they're all awesome. The athletes are awesome. There's no desire for me. There's no fucking ROI in it for me. Our business is too fucking big. It's like going to Bill Gates and saying, hey, Bill Gates, why don't you fucking take a job as a fucking back-end coder? That's what you're asking. It doesn't make sense. So I can sit here now on top of fucking Mount Olympus and fucking talk shit and tell you guys the truth. I don't give a fuck. You guys know me. You know my life. My fucking life is awesome. Do what I want. Motherfuckers. What I want, when I want, where I want. And I will tell you the truth. The truth. Mike, why don't they just go NCAA wrestling style same day weigh-ins? Well, what the reason is, I understand what you're saying. The reason is, even in the NCAA, and we work with NCAA athletes like Kyle Crutchmer, who wrestled at OSU, was a 2-time All-American. We work with Coleman Scott. Coleman Scott won the bronze medal for the United States in freestyle wrestling. Coleman Scott was a national champion at OSU also. We work with NCAA wrestlers. I know this sport inside and out. Unfortunately, those athletes are cutting hard for those same-day weigh-ins. And athletes will always cut weight. Unfortunately, I wish they didn't, but they will. Once you put brain trauma into the mix, you got to have the weigh-ins farther away to protect the athlete from themselves. You have to allow that body to recover. Same-day weigh-ins with head trauma, no good, my man. No, you will do more damage to the athlete than anything else, and they're still going to cut because humans are fucking crazy. You're crazy. I'm crazy. We're all fucking crazy. These athletes are looking for advantages. There's no easy way around it. You got to be practical here. What else? Woo. God, so many questions. You guys are awesome. I love it. Big stream, baby. Big stream. To lessen the advantage, do same day? Nope. Lessening the advantages doesn't do same day. Having same day weigh-ins increases disadvantage. Unfortunately, it doesn't. All science supports that. You cannot, because that's assuming that the athlete won't cut weight, but the athlete will cut weight. The athlete will cut weight, unfortunately. Oh, that's sad. If does anybody know if Pettis is fighting? I mean, Anthony Pettis is a stud, man. Hopefully he comes out. Ha! Breaking news, Conor stabbed in jail. Actually, I just saw him leave jail, so no, I don't think that's true. Do you think IV should be allowed? IV should be considered on a individual basis. And every doctor I've ever spoken to on the topic says the same thing. You cannot arbitrarily ban IVs because each athlete is different. Why is that? Some athletes actually cannot orally rehydrate very well due to a myriad of issues, due to just individual physiology. That athlete, for whatever reason, cannot intake oral rehydration protocol. Usually, and here's what I found, once the athlete weighs in, they have the face off, they're face to face with their opponent, they get this massive adrenaline dump. That adrenaline dump completely disrupts the athlete's ability to digest food sometimes. It's fight or flight syndrome sets in. Some athletes, they start vomiting after weigh-ins without even drinking anything. Fight or flight, their body is getting ready for war. And that's a whole nother conversation. We could do hours and hours on it. So what happens is each athlete must be evaluated on an individual basis, and a medical doctor can determine whether or not that athlete should get an IV rehydration. Now, also, there's a pretty solid, I think, from the Academy of Sports that says oral versus intravenous rehydration is equal up until 7% dehydration, and 7% dehydration, IV is superior, right? So it is what it is. Conor Ortega, the whole card stinks of conspiracy. It does. It does. Why do fighters cut weight and not fight at their normal weight? Because they're looking for advantages, man. They want advantages. That's what it's about, getting advantage at all costs. They're going to cut weight, but no one's going to rehydrate 20 pounds. Conor, that's true. But what happens when they don't rehydrate? When they don't rehydrate, they're at higher risk for injury, higher risk for cognitive impairment, higher risk for visuospatial awareness, higher risk for cardiac malfunction. That's why the athlete has to be fully rehydrated back to their normal healthy weight prior to combat. Otherwise, the risk of injury, long-term injury, skyrockets. And that's the sad state of it. There's no good answer here. People fight better at he's gotten battered a little bit by guys that he's probably better at. Ortega should have been the man. DOLCE is a fountain of wisdom. I appreciate that. I'm just spitting truth, ladies and gentlemen. Spitting truth at you. Do you work with boxers? We do. We actually work with Mr. Andre Berto, and we work with Felix Sturm, 5-time world champion Felix Sturm, actually helping Felix get ready for his next fight in October. Boom, a title defense. If this George guy is so good, so bad, why did he look good versus Barboza? Well, the truth of it is Khabib missed weight. Remember? The fight before that, he worked with Zero Integrity George. Khabib missed weight and was hospitalized. The doctor told Khabib he almost died due to weight-cutting complications. Doctor, and the first time your doctor works with you, he almost kills you, and the second time you're okay. Is that good? Or you're working with a plumber, and the first time you work with a plumber, he completely destroys your fucking bathroom, destroys your fucking house, almost fucking totals it. And the second time he does his job. Is that good? Athlete was hospitalized. The doctor told him he almost died. And this is Khabib said that. Khabib said that. Come on, man. Use your brain, man. Use your brain, man. I missed the rant. I need a recap. All right, I'll recap here in a second, and then it is time to go. Just bought the Dolce Diet. Boom. You guys right now go to the DolceDiet.com. The DolceDiet.com. We have a 4-week and 12-week online to your backgrounds, to your history. We are completely vegan or gluten-free or nut-free or dairy-free or meat-eating savage. That's what I call the program, my program, the meat-eating savage version. Every meal, every ingredient, every recipe is detailed for you. Every workout, every set, every rep detailed for you. Even in the workout section, we have video tutorials of every exercise with super hot fitness model Jenna Mays, showing you guys how to get down and train. And also UFC fighter Thiago Alves from back when we worked with him and he was in amazing shape. There are leaderboards. You can compare your results to everybody on the planet in the system. Or you can go incognito and just lurk and see what's going on and nobody will tell you. We have predictive avatars. You can see the way you looked on day one and every way in thereafter. You can actually see your body, your avatar change in real time. It's fucking sick. Complete exercise diary where you put in every workout every day with notes. You can, like shit today, didn't eat. I was up late banging the girl all last night. That's why my squat workout sucked. Whatever it is. And also it updates you on what your PRs are. So you'll know today when you're doing deadlifts what your PR was 3 months ago because it will tell you that. That is at thedolcediet.com. And it is based upon the most sophisticated science ever developed. This is the most successful weight loss, strength building, performance-based program ever devised at thedolcediet.com. Use my promo code right now, NEWME, no spaces, NEWME. You will save 20% off at sign up right now. And that's only for 1 hour. I'm going to wipe that code down. That was due to an email special that we had just done. I'm going to wipe that code off. I'm going to share it to you guys because you're here on this live stream. TheDolceDiet.com, promo code NEWME. Log in, join right now. And we have a 100% money back guarantee. If you don't fucking love it, you get your money back. Nothing to lose. TheDolceDiet.com. Check it out. Viva Quintero says Lockhart is going to kill somebody. Yikes. I can only go based upon past results and what has happened. I'm curious. I wouldn't go so far as to say that personally, but I will say his athletes are having serious trouble. Max was just pulled from the card. Worked with Zero Integrity George, right? Max was just pulled from the card due to medical issues. Why is that? Khabib last year was pulled from the card, unable to weigh in, hospitalized, and the doctor told Khabib he almost died due to extreme weight cutting. Chris Cyborg did say that she almost died following Zero Integrity George's protocols. I don't know. It is what it is. It's scary shit. Now, we have a nutrition conference here this week. If George wants to bring his team in and learn how it's really done, of course, they're welcome to come out here. It's sold out, but I'm sure we can find a couple extra seats and let him slide on in. Actually, we got some of our attendees starting to show up now. Boom, it's going to get crazy here at the Dolce Diet and Fitness Center. What else we got? We are about to jump out of here, ladies and gentlemen. This is an hour. Now, if you haven't seen my Conor McGregor recap yesterday, I break down what really happened behind the scenes, information that you guys probably haven't heard about. So once you're done with this video, go to thedolcediet.com, join our 4 or 12-week online membership program, which is the best ever devised. Promo code NEWME, and then go and watch the Conor McGregor recap on this YouTube channel. Josh Hopkins liking and subbed. I appreciate that. And that's right, guys and girls, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notifications. I throw heat down for you, and we never, ever, ever hold anything back. I tell you the fucking truth. We are the only honest news outlet in health, fitness, and possibly even MMA. I mean, go back and listen to this. Listen to the way sex as possible. That's my job as Uncle Mike. Consensual, though. I help you get to the point that ladies are just throwing their fucking wet panties at your head. That's what this is about, getting you in the best shape of your life, getting you financially in the best shape of your life. Most people don't talk about finances. Why fucking not? I talk about that all the time, how you can get your money right. Remember, I grew up poor, so fucking poor. No heat, no electricity, no running water in my fucking house. And now we run one of the biggest, most respected global fucking brands on the planet. I tell you how to do that too. I hear you can get me on a great. Oh, how dare you cry? How dare you? How dare you? Vince McMahon between the two UFC 223 Nightmare. That's awesome. All right, guys. Oh, Utica. That was actually funny. That was actually a good one. But it's true. It's true. My story is pretty shitty. And I don't mind if you guys troll me, man. I think it's funny. Just be smart about it. Make me laugh. Make me laugh. I got a fucking thick skin. Thick skin. Mike, consensual dolce. I like that. Consensual is important. Monica, what's up, Monica? But wow. Oh, Abu Zayed, give me a shout out. I just sub. Hell yeah. Subs for days. Subs for days. Kryton. I appreciate that, Kryton. For sure. But needs to sit in a higher chair. Well, we got the whole office. We tore the gym apart because we got our nutrition conference. So I'll show you guys. Oh, look at all those trophies. We got like power racks sitting back there. It's just a little crazy, a little chaos. Real time. Giving you guys the real shit right here. Right? I don't care. I'll take the camera off behind the scenes. I don't give a fuck. Nothing special here, telling you guys the truth. We keep it real. We keep it real. All right, last recap, then I got to go. Max Holloway pulled from UFC 223 due to medical concerns by the New York State Athletic Commission. What? That's right. Max Holloway was pulled, actually barred from even stepping on the scale because the New York State Athletic Commission felt he was too unhealthy to continue cutting weight. That is insane. This is due to all the reports coming out right now. I've been talking to you guys for the last hour, so I haven't seen the most current information. Maybe you guys know. Max was pulled. Now, Max was working with a individual named George Lockhart, who famously said this is the biggest weight cut, or the tied for the biggest weight cut of his career. And he was so confident that Max was going to get it done. He also said he was going to get Max into ketosis somehow in under 6 days, which we know is impossible. And it shows that he doesn't understand nutrition, dietetics, or biochemistry, but whatever. And he also said that he was going to give Max 0 carbohydrates except for spinach for the entire time and increase his protein, which we know is fucking stupid and ridiculous. He also said he was going to be forcing Max to work out low intensity, high volume, tearing his body down to, quote, burn fat. How much fat are you going to lose in 6 days? Zero integrity, George. How much fat are you really going to lose in 6 days, brah? A pound or 3 maximum? Makes no fucking sense. Bob, you fucked that one up too. And then he said he's going to put Max in a hot tub or a hot bath at 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, you ladies and gentlemen of the jury listening right now, have you ever put your hand into a pot of water at 108 fucking degrees? Are you fucking crazy? That is torture. That tells me that Max Holloway might have been tortured during this fucking weight cut at 108 fucking degrees. Now, here's a little science for you, Zero Integrity George. The body will not sweat any fucking more at 108 degrees than it will at a lower temperature. And I won't tell you the fucking temperature because you don't deserve to get the fucking freebies here. You can come on and sign up and get certified as one of our coaches, and I'll actually tell you how it works. So it sounds like you tortured your fucking athlete, you starved your athlete, you overworked your fucking athlete, and then your athlete gets pulled from the fucking card due to medical concerns. Is anybody surprised? Should anybody be surprised? Of course I would be surprised if Max actually made weight and could walk to the scale. I would be surprised. After going through that fucking bonehead bro, rigorous fucking ridiculous schedule, I would be shocked. Now, it sucks because Max Holloway is a fucking good dude, great fighter, awesome fucking guy. That's what sucks, that Max Holloway lost. I only talk about this because Zero Integrity George made this a fucking issue by doing those articles and interviews, bragging about it, seeking headlines, fucking headline hunting. Headline hunting, that's what it gets you. That's what it fucking gets you. So you want to get the fucking glory, motherfucker? Well, you got to get the fucking shame. Well, why don't you come out and why don't you tell the truth? Why don't you apologize to Max, apologize to the UFC, apologize to the fucking fans, and then give Max his money back? Then you can save some face. Then you can earn back a little bit of integrity. Now, remember, Zero Integrity George is the same fucking guy that was fired by Khabib 3 days before fucking weigh-ins because Khabib caught him doing fucking shady shit, and Khabib's teammates fucking texted me and fucking told me all about it. Shady fucking shit, motherfucker. How dare you fuck with your athlete like that prior to their fucking competition? Zero integrity. That's why you got the name Zero Integrity. That came from fucking Khabib's team. Zero fucking integrity. Fired 3 days before fucking weigh-ins. Are you kidding me? And then Khabib goes out there and makes weight without you. Max goes out there and is pulled from the fucking card with you. So that's the recap. Real fucking talk right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is the truth. Dolce, you have 102 dislikes, by the way. That's okay. Dislikes are engagement, homie. You don't even understand the algorithm. Look at my subs. What happened to my subs? My subs are going through the fucking roof, motherfucker. You don't even understand the way this shit works, but that's okay. Let Uncle Mike school you a little more. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you fucking click on the notifications. And everybody here who's fucking cool, give me a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up on this fucking channel and tell all these other fucking wannabe hater motherfuckers to go and suck themselves. Exactly. Ripping the trolls. Fuck the troll. I don't care. Trolls, you can fucking troll me. If you're going to troll me, make it funny, man. Make me fucking laugh. I could give a fuck. I don't care. Have fun. Troll me all the fuck you want. But be smart, right? Be smart. Make it fucking funny. Use your wit. I will fucking blast you. But don't be fucking xenophobic. Don't be fucking homophobic. Don't be fucking racist. Don't say anything. I don't care what you say about me. But don't say anything bad about any other people or I will fucking block you and I will fucking report you. So, yeah, I don't care. Call me a bald fucking idiot or whatever you fucking say. That's no problem. You guys are fucking awesome. No, I'm not mad. I'm just motivated. I'm motivated. Go back and watch the whole video to learn more. You guys are all fucking awesome. I appreciate you. Remember, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel for more news, more updates, more fucking tips, more hacks. Ways to get shredded, ways to get fucking yoked, ways to get fucking laid, ways to make more money, all the good stuff, and even a little bit of humor thrown there. Subscribe to the channel, click on notifications, give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below. I try and answer every single comment within the first 24 hours of these videos being posted. And if you haven't, go to thedolcediet.com and join our 4 or 12-week online membership program. If you want to lose up to 21 pounds in 21 days, get in the best shape of your life, follow the same exact protocols the world's greatest athletes use, go to thedolcediet.com right now. Every meal, every ingredient, every recipe is personalized for you. Every workout, every set, every rep is detailed for you. Till next time, boom.